will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these. So what's the rush to get rid of cash? And what's the cost? Let's face it, money is cumbersome for consumers and banks.
You need to mint the cash, you need to print the bills, you need to transport them in armored trucks, store it in secure vaults, and you need to sort it at the till as well.
Operating in cash costs countries about 0.5% of their GDP every year. But cost isn't the only incentive to move towards a cashless future.
Demand is rising, primarily demand from young generations who are looking for fast, easy-to-use means of payments.
Digital payments aren't just easy, they're neat.
It becomes easier for governments to monitor.
Things are changing fast in this digital world, so much so that a growing number of businesses will not even accept cash anymore.
Yeah, they are starting to set up reverse ATMs that quickly turns cash into a prepaid debit card to be used on the fly. And Dre Clark explains from New York City. Dre, I've never heard of this. Mitch has never heard of this. What's it about?
Yeah, you know, I never heard of it either until I read about it last night. It's relatively new, but it's slowly but surely catching on. You know, cash is really still king, but reverse ATMs are definitely the way of the future as more businesses look for ways to go cashless. Here at Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, they already have machines inside the arena that can actually convert your cash into a debit card here. Now, here you can see exactly how it works. You load money into a kiosk like you see here, and within seconds, you can get a receipt confirming your conversion and a prepaid active card. Many of the prepaid cards are either MasterCard or Visa, and you can use them anywhere where those cards are accepted. Some kiosks may actually charge you a $5 fee for the card. Meanwhile, amusement parks, fast food restaurants, and many professional sports venues are already using the cash to card kiosks, and you'll start seeing more of them in airports and on college campuses. Business owners say they like the kiosk because it helps prevent theft and robberies, and it stops the spread of germs that can really be found on a lot of money that's downright dirty. Now, many people started going cashless during the pandemic because they did not want to touch money and coins, fearing they could contract the virus. Meanwhile, cities across the country like San Francisco, D.C., Philly, and New York, they actually have bans on cashless businesses. So business owners, by law, cannot refuse to accept any cash from a customer. Also, get this, the FDIC says up to 5% of U.S. households, or 6 million Americans, are considered unbanked. That means they don't have either a checking or savings account. They prefer to deal in strictly cash. So yeah, guys, it's relatively new, but here in New York City and other places around the country, this is the way of the future. Send it back to you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television.
All right, there we go. Okay, now let's get it right. Let's get it right. A little loud, a little loud, a little loud. Okay, bring it down. All right, so this is what I've seen. And shout out to that nigga D-Rose. D-Rose brought it to my attention that we should probably be speaking on some real shit on these Sundays going into the week. On this right here, I'm really going to be depending on y'all to really bring this shit to life, to break down to me exactly what's going on, because this ain't something that I'm really up on, but we're gonna figure it out together.
Somewhere in the near future, physical money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these. So what's the rush to get rid of cash? And what's the cost? Let's face it, money is cumbersome for consumers and banks.
You need to mint the cash, you need to print the bills, you need to transport them in armored trucks, store it in secure vaults, and you need to sort it at the till as well.
Operating in cash costs countries about 0.5% of their GDP every year. But cost isn't the only incentive to move towards a cashless future.
Demand is rising, primarily demand from young generations who are looking for fast, easy-to-use means of payments.
Digital payments aren't just easy, they're neat.
It becomes easier for governments to monitor tax evasion and fraud, so we will have less of that going on, probably.
Having every single payment automatically recorded is efficient, but there's a downside.
Let's assume, for example, that a country that used to be democratic, where people were not paying too much attention about safeguarding their privacy, becomes undemocratic and someone wants to control citizens more closely. They will try to infer from what you buy your political leanings, potentially. And generally speaking, just monitor what you're doing in ways that they shouldn't be doing.
The ballot boxes are kept locked and sealed.
Living in a democratic country doesn't mean you shouldn't be concerned.
There are also worries that private companies perhaps might use this data in ways that are not safe or that you might not like. And for a number of sectors, knowing what you do with your money is very important.
Electronic money trails can allow governments and private companies to access and harvest personal data. But there's another threat that's worrying banks: cyber attacks.
It was a high-tech bank robbery.
Capital One suffering a massive hack attack involving
100 million Capital One customers' accounts
had their personal information stolen.
In March 2019, Capital One Bank was hacked.
A sole hacker managed to steal away 106 million people's personal details in a matter of days. And that attack was noticed just a few months after. You can see that a lot of companies are not very well protected yet against such threats. Pretty much every day we hear of data breaches, cyber attacks that are successful. It's much harder to prevent an attack than to be on the hacker side, because you only need to succeed once as a hacker. Once upon a time, you would have two guys coming in. They would tell everyone to be on the floor, they would put the money in a bag and then run away with the money. And you would get insurance against that. You knew what the risk was. Nowadays, with cyber attacks, they can happen anytime, they can take any form, so it's very hard to insure against.
Still, many countries are fast moving towards a cashless society. In Sweden, the number of retail cash transactions per person has fallen by 80% in the past 10 years. The trend is even evident in far more cash-loyal societies. China's digital payments rose from 4% of all payments in 2012 to 34% in 2017. The trend is inevitable, but a gradual transition is key.
It's important that we have a sort of control as to how fast this happens, because if that's not the case, some people might be left behind.
Some people may find it harder to grasp how much money they have without the physical representation of it. Not everyone knows how to use internet banking technology. And people living in remote areas where internet cover is patchy may find they have to drive for miles for their basic needs. And there's another sector of society that relies heavily on cash.
People living in the street don't carry card terminals with them, so it will be very hard for them, well, first of all, to collect money and to pay for things. They will be among the people who suffer the most from it.
Going cashless is just the latest evolution of money in the modern economy. But it raises a fundamental question. What is the value of money if it doesn't physically exist?
Central banks enact monetary policy by exerting control over the amount of money that is created and that is in circulation. And they can do it because they are the only entities that print and create money. The purpose of it is to control the amount of money that is used by the entire economy. In a cashless society, obviously this becomes much harder because money presumably can be created by other entities. And so central banks are actually starting to realize this, especially after Facebook made the announcement that they were going to launch a digital currency. It shows you the extent to which central banks are already thinking about the future of money.
The move towards cashless societies is well underway. But governments need to ensure that, as cash is phased out, the vulnerable in society aren't left behind.
Okay. I'm sorry, my nigga. I'm still lost. I'm still lost. Yeah, I'm still lost. I don't know. Maybe it was his accent or something like that, but I'm not like really understanding And maybe that's by design. Maybe that's by design. Like a motherfucker wants you to not really. I'm really trying to see like what.
Things are changing fast in this digital world, so much so that a growing number of businesses will not even accept cash anymore.
Yeah, they are starting to set up reverse ATMs that quickly turns cash into a prepaid debit card to be used on the fly. And Dre Clark explains from New York City. Dre, I've never heard of this. Mitch has never heard of this. What's it about?
Yeah, you know, I never heard of it either until I read about it last night. It's relatively new, but it's slowly but surely catching on. You know, cash is really still king, but reverse ATMs are definitely the way of the future as more businesses look for ways to go cashless. Here at Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan, they already have machines inside the arena that can actually convert your cash into a debit card here. Now, here you can see exactly how it works. You load money into a kiosk like you see here, and within seconds, you can get a receipt confirming your conversion and a prepaid active card. Many of the prepaid cards are either MasterCard or Visa, and you can use them anywhere where those cards are accepted. Some kiosks may actually charge you a $5 fee for the card. Meanwhile, amusement parks, fast food restaurants, and many professional sports venues are already using the cash to card kiosks, and you'll start seeing more of them in airports and on college campuses. Business owners say they like the kiosk because it helps prevent theft and robberies, and it stops the spread of germs that can really be found on a lot of money that's downright dirty. Now, many people started going cashless during the pandemic because they did not want to touch money and coins, fearing they could contract the virus. Meanwhile, cities across the country like San Francisco, D.C., Philly, and New York, they actually have bans on cashless businesses. So business owners, by law, cannot refuse to accept any cash from a customer. Also, get this, the FDIC says up to 5% of U.S. households, or 6 million Americans, are considered unbanked. That means they don't have either a checking or savings account. They prefer to deal in strictly cash. So yeah, guys, it's relatively new, but here in New York City and other places around the country, this is the way of the future. Send it back to you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find.
All right, money. Like I said, I'm gonna need a motherfucker to really break this shit down. I'm saying what I can go off of is this. Maybe I'm just, and I think that's what that is. I think the whole point of this shit is for a motherfucker not to truly understand what's going on, and for the next generation to understand it. Wouldn't, because I'm saying, like, wouldn't that be exactly what a hacker would want? Like, for everything to be digital? And what, dog, and I think this is exactly why motherfuckers set it up to where money had to be represented by something physical. So back in the day, it was you give somebody an IOU, and that represents what you have in gold. What you physically have in gold is physically backed by something. And then I think, what was it, 1972, when the Treasury switched over and shit like that, and it was just paper. That's how everything went to shit. And I guess this is where the fuck it goes. I'm not seeing how this shit is even possible.
That reminded me of one of my great forecasts that sooner or later, when they do away with the paper promissory note that we all know as currency or cash, and replace that with digital cash, one day somebody's gonna come in and hit a switch and say all the money's gone, it's unaccounted for. And due to currency being digital, there's no way to determine who had what. Of course, I believe that will be one of the keys, or one of those seals being broken for the beginning of Armageddon. And as you know, they are determined to take us from paper currency to digital currency. You're seeing the highway robbery that's going on right now.
See there? See, that's why you gotta see. That's why we have to have different people in different fields so we can know different shit. My question then would be, how do we stop it? How do you stop this shit from happening? If motherfuckers is pressed to actually do the shit, and on some real shit, it seemed like that's what the move is. The move is everybody is using they card. Everybody is using their phones and the tap and all that shit. And I hate to say it, it's like, dog, that shit is really beyond me on some shit. Like, that shit is just, I guess it's because the nigga don't feel like we have any power against the banks and shit like that. Like, especially us. Especially us.
Somewhere in the near future, physical money will become like these, relics of a different age, and will only be found in places like this. In other words, hard cash will disappear. It will become electronic, transferred by things like these. So what's the rush to get rid of cash? And what's the cost? Let's face it, money is cumbersome for consumers and banks.
You need to mint the cash, you need to print the bills, you need to transport them in armored trucks, store it in secure vaults, and you need to sort it at the till as well.
Let me say, because that's the same shit. Let me say this. When motherfuckers, like, and I feel that, like, it's destined to happen, and it's, you know what I'm saying, this is the end of the world and everything like that. On some real shit, that shit really just make it feel like it's, you know what I'm saying, like, when you bring prophecy into it, it make it seem fantastical. You know what I'm saying? But in a down to earth logical way, you know what I'm saying, you could, like, dog, this is where it's going. Like, how many times do you see people paying? How many times do you pay with cash? Like, everything that we do is through Cash App and PayPal and Venmo and Apple Pay and everything like that. That's the way that motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And we use that shit religiously. Other than, you know what I'm saying, PayPal would do some bullshit, Cash App would do some bullshit. But we still use that shit because it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really where we going. And it's just hard. It's just hard dealing with something that when you feel like that shit is really out of your power on some shit. Is this how everything ends? Is this how, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what happens? Let's say Black Pope, he right, and everything goes electronic, even the money, and then they flip the switch and nobody got no money. You know what happened? Like, it would then go back to what physical, what do you actually have of value? A person can't eat a TV. If there's no power, the TV is useless. The phone is useless. Who actually knows how to hunt correctly? Who knows how to skin an animal? Who knows how to tell if a berry is poisonous or a fish has been, you know what I'm saying? Like, if the fish is, I don't even know the word for it, not edible. What water can you drink? How do you filter water? I'm not talking about them bullshit videos that we watch at 3 o'clock in the morning on fun facts of how to survive in the wild. Actually surviving where money means nothing. Like, that's not the currency anymore. The currency is now chickens and seeds. Dog, if you think about that shit, that would seem to be where they would want for this next generation. Their phone is like even us. Our phone is like an organ of ours. If it starts to go low, we trying to find a charge. If it go dead, that physically affects us. But for the children, it's even worse. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna flex. I'm not gonna flex on this bitch like I know how to, you know what I'm saying, go outside and kill a bear, or how do you eat a snake and shit like that. I don't know how to do that shit. Who know how to do that shit? I'm looking at who know how to do it. If there was no power right now, who know how to filter water? And I'm not, come on, man. Come on with that shit, man. Come on with that shit, man. We need some, come on with that bullshit, man. Come on. Like, that's why I wanted to have this conversation. But come on, man. We can't just be saying words. We can't just be saying words. Like, when we come here, let's come with some solutions, and we can't just be saying, evil. Come on with the solutions. Give a short synopsis on how you do it then. You got it. Give a short synopsis on how you do it. Nicholas Irvin. All the light. This is what we doing today. This is what we doing. I'm going to give the spotlight to the people who deserve it. Nicholas Irvin, tell me how to filter water. The power. So let's do that. Let's do, fuck that bullshit. We going to, I see y'all. I appreciate that love. Nicholas Irvin, tell me how to filter water. All the power is down. You got 200 people in your camp. You have to get us drinking water. How do you do it? Nicholas, it's on you. Give me a short synopsis on how you do it. It's on you, big home. See, there we go. Big home. What's your name? Shiv. Come on with that damn name, my nigga. Come on with the bullshit. Shiv one. He kept it real. I don't know how to skin a buck. There we go. Let's be real. Okay, he said 200 people, never mind. All right, just for yourself then. How do you filter water for yourself? Fuck the it's the government. They trying to kill us. Fuck that. So somebody come in here and tell us how to survive. How do you filter water? Okay, just man, it's just you then, Nick. Go ahead. It's just you. It's on you. I appreciate that little shout out to that nigga Jamal Patterson coming through. No words, straight love. I see you, big home. We ain't even got it. That's too loud. That's too loud. That's too loud. I can't do it like that. I appreciate that little shout out to that nigga Jamal Patterson. Shout out to that nigga Jay Wilder coming through. No more middle class. No more middle class. See, I didn't heard that before. I heard that before. So it's just gonna be rich and poor. I definitely heard that. I appreciate that love, Jay Wilder. Shout out to that nigga Brad coming through. No words, straight love. You know what's going on, be home. We working. Real talk. He got bottled water stored up, straight cap, and there it is. Dog, we got to stop that bullshit. We got to stop trying to look good for each other in real life. Dog, if we can see that this cashless shit is taking us to Armageddon and it's taking us to a place where, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go back to the dark ages, somebody say something. Somebody give some type of, you know what I'm saying? Let's stop focusing on the problem and let's do some solution shit. For everybody that has all of the, it's prophecy. This has been told. This is going to happen for sure. Oh, man, this is written in the book of, all right, that's the word. So if you feel that way so much so that you know all that shit, then you should definitely have a way that you can give to other people of how to survive through it. At least the first 3 steps. Not to die of thirst or not to die of starvation. Once again, so what if you're not around bodies of water? So everybody who's not around the bodies of water is gonna die? Look what Brian said. Look what Brian said. See? Okay, we got that. We got that. We got that part. We know what they're trying to do. I like that. I like that. Look what Sergeant King said. Look what he said. A lot of people want to come and talk about the prophecy and the government and the evil. A lot of people want to talk about that, but when it comes down to, okay, you feel that way and you feel that way strongly, this is the time where you feel like you shine when the conspiracy theory come out. That's the word. You can tell us all about the conspiracy theory, and you know that the conspiracy theory ends with, you know, horrible control and martial law and all this other shit. If you did that much research and you feel that that is definitely the conclusion, what have you done to prepare? What can you give to other people to let them, you know what I'm saying, get in on that? Or are you just here to, the end of the world is coming. It's the end. It's the end. All right, we believe you. So what do we do? Oh, I'm just here to hold the sign. I was just supposed to hold the sign and tell everybody. Oh, there it is. 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 I'm gonna let y'all think on that. I'm gonna let y'all think on that. It's crazy because now it seems like we just segued into another sign that's been brought to the forefront. I know that's bullshit.
Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done.
Found a female. She was still alive, and in fact still is.
I am strongly in favor of the death penalty. I'm saying if they're found guilty, if the woman died, which she hopefully will not be dying, but if the woman died, I think they should be executed.
All right. So there it is. How in the fuck is that possible? Donald Trump got arrested.
Donald Trump and Fulton County prosecutors have agreed on a $200,000 cash bond just ahead of his expected surrender at the Fulton County Jail on Thursday. We're now told it will be Thursday. Brian Todd is taking a closer look into this jail for us. What can you tell us about the former president and his co-defendants when they actually show up there?
What they can expect, Wolf, according to the Fulton County.
Donald Trump and Fulton County prosecutors have agreed on a $200,000 cash bond just ahead of his expected surrender at the Fulton County Jail on Thursday. We're now told it will be Thursday. Brian Todd is taking a closer look into this jail for us. What can you tell us about the former president and his co-defendants when they actually show up there?
What they can expect, Wolf, according to the Fulton County Sheriff, is to be treated like any other defendant at that jail. But we do have new information tonight on how the process could be streamlined for Donald Trump and the other defendants. Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani, and 17 other defendants this week are expected to be formally booked at the Fulton County Jail, also known as Rice Street, a hulking, crumbling structure that's garnered a notorious reputation. The sheriff of Fulton County insisting that, despite their high profiles, Trump and the others will be treated like every other defendant booked at this jail.
If you're indicted, then we're going to treat you as though you were indicted here locally. And so we will continue to do fingerprints, mugshots, etc.
What might it look like inside when Trump and the others formally surrender? Retired Fulton County Sheriff's Lieutenant Charles Rambo says normally people who are surrendering come through the facility's front door first. But regardless of which entrances Trump and the others arrive in,
they would be pat down, led to the booking office in the rear. From there, they probably will have to have ties and shoestrings and all those type of things taken. Then from there, the persons would be fingerprinted, given a booking photo.
Donald Trump and the other defendants are expected to be photographed for mugshots, but it's unclear when those pictures will be made public. People familiar with the process tell CNN normally those booked at this jail are searched thoroughly by a jail deputy and at some point given a medical examination and a pre-trial screening to determine if they can sign out on their own recognizance. But it's not clear if Trump or the other high-profile defendants in this case will go through those steps. For a normal defendant, it would take hours to go through those procedures. But with these defendants?
I don't expect Trump to spend hours in this jail because the longer he is, I mean, it's a pain. It's going to be a hassle for the entire sheriff's department, or at least those that are at the jail when the president is there. It's going to be a circus.
If they didn't have bond agreements, Donald Trump and the other defendants might have been held in custody at this jail, which observers say could be a nightmarish experience.
The Rice Street jail is not a pleasant place. It's dirty. It's scary.
Last month, the Justice Department launched a civil rights investigation into the Fulton County Jail, following multiple deaths inside the facility. Last year, inmate LaShawn Thompson was found dead in his cell. His family says unsanitary conditions, including insect and lice infestation, contributed to his death.
Even the sheriff agreed it was deplorable conditions, like a third world country.
3 officials at the Fulton County Jail stepped down earlier this year after a preliminary investigation into LaShawn Thompson's death. Sheriff Patrick Labatt acknowledges the poor conditions there. He says he welcomes the Justice Department investigation, and he has sought more than $2 billion in county funding to build a new jail. Wolf.
Horrendous situation over there. Thanks very much, Brian Todd, reporting. I want to bring in CNN legal analyst Norm Eisen for more on the breaking news we're following. The breaking news that the former President Donald Trump will turn himself in to authorities down in Georgia on Thursday. What's your reaction, Norm?
Well, Wolf, despite the fact that we've seen this before, there's no denying the historic nature of it. Even to have one surrender one time by a president, now the 4th time, these are some of the most serious charges he faces with some of the most serious penalties. But we also have to be cognizant, Wolf, of the ways in which the former president is utilizing the spectacle of these surrenders and the related appearances, the arraignments, to drive his support and his popularity in the Republican presidential primary. So we're seeing that, and we can expect that as well on Thursday.
If he were just a regular citizen and he was facing these criminal charges, he'd not only be finger pointed but have a mugshot, but presumably they could deny him even bail, right?
They could. I think most regular citizens who had no history of conviction — he has multiple criminal charges, but he has not been convicted — would be eligible either for bail or for a bond of the kind that he's posting here. We know that also from the treatment of his co-defendants, but we do expect that some of the usual strictures in this jail, which is not a very nice place to be, some of the usual strictures will be relaxed to move him in and out quickly. We've seen that in the prior arrests, the prior surrenders, and we'll see that here too. And of course, the Secret Service is negotiating that. That is a security concern. So for that reason alone, because he'll have a strong accompaniment, strong security, he'll have a very different experience than the normal defendant.
Now, what the fuck? What is he charged with? What the fuck?
Really believe this is a very sad day for America. This should never happen. If you challenge an election, you should be able to challenge an election. I thought the election was a rigged election, a stolen election, and I should have every right to do that. As you know, you have many people that you've been watching over the years do the same thing, whether it's Hillary Clinton or Stacey Abrams or many others. When you have that great freedom to challenge, you have to be able to, otherwise you're going to have very dishonest elections. What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And everybody knows it. I've never had such support. And that goes with the other ones, too. What they're doing is election interference. They're trying to interfere with an election. There's never been anything like it in our country before. This is their way of campaigning. And this is one instance, but you have 3 other instances. It's election interference. So I want to thank you for being here. We did nothing wrong at all. And we have every right, every single right, to challenge an election that we think is dishonest, that we think it's very dishonest. So thank you all very much, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.
What the fuck, man? Somebody tell me something. Shout out to that nigga Brandon. No words, straight love. I see you, big homie. Oh, this bitch is still alive. Hold on. Hold on, man. Somebody tell me something. I see. Hold on. Shout out to that nigga Michael Turner. Shout out to that nigga Michael Turner. Michael Turner said he not gonna make it. I feel you, man. I'm just trying to see what happened, though. I'm trying to see what happened, man.
Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these.
That ain't the right one. Dog, can somebody tell me what the fuck happened? Did he steal something? What the fuck? All right, let's look. Let's look. Oh, come the fuck on, bro. Oh, let's see.
And there it is. Yeah. Let's just take that in for a second. You do see some anger in the eyes. And I don't like the ghoulish coverage of it. CNN got the image leaked to them before the rest of the media. That tells you everything you know about the process. Your reaction, this does elicit an emotional response.
Well, I would hope that people understand what time it is. I mean, we are in a cold civil war with the un-American left. They have decided that they will use the quote-unquote legal system as a weapon against political opponents. And I don't think many on the right fully understand it. I thought that was one of the biggest disappointments in last night's debate, that nobody really understood that the greatest threat to our freedom and liberty in this country is not Russia, it's not China, it's the administrative state. And they want somebody, the voters want somebody who's going to stand up to the system and actually crush it and return us back to representative constitutional government. And the left fears Trump. I mean, this is very apparent to me watching this. They fear him. They view him as an existential threat that if he does become the nominee and actually win in 2024, he's made it very clear what he will do. He will go to war with the administrative state and break it apart. And they cannot have that happen. They cannot allow him to get back into power to achieve that. And
this is what I'm going to say. Now, these short couple of years that I've been, you know what I'm saying, looking at politics and shit like that. Shout out Colorado Rick. Shout out Ed Gallon Cole, Brian Tisdale, Joshua Powell. These motherfuckers really be beefing on some shit. Like, this shit is real beef going on. Like, so Fox is with Trump and the Republicans, and I guess CNN is with the Democrats. Now it's just told how you look at different channels and they have different coverage of the same exact thing. I feel like there's no way for you to be totally for any progress if you've picked your side and you're gonna stay on that side no matter what. So no matter what this person say, they're right. No matter what this person say, they're right, just because they on your side. Dog, this is pretty much gang banging. Real talk.
They're going to do everything that they can to prevent that. And I have to tell you, Jesse, unless the right wakes up and understands the only path forward is mutually assured destruction, lawfare launching nukes right back at the left, they will continue down this path. They're not going to stop. They're not going to somehow go, oh, yeah, we should stop this. This isn't good for a republic. They are going for the win. And until we actually fully understand that and fight back and make them understand there will be mutually assured destruction, their behavior is only going to get worse.
You're saying Republicans should promise mugshots of Democrats?
100%. They've already posted 4 indictments on Trump, and our state AGs are sitting there looking at each other like they don't know what time it is. At some point, they actually have to understand we are in a very interesting time as a country. Forget what you think from the past, where we've come from. Where we are right now is a fight for the actual future and existence of a constitutional republic. And at some point, you have to fight fire with fire. And if we don't do that, they are going to continue down this path. They are intent on one-party rule. The progressive statist left wants to have one-party rule in which they are the dominant party. There may be some controlled opposition folks, but that's what they want. They do not want dissent. They do not want freedom of speech. And they sure as heck, at the end of the day, Jesse, they're done with representative democracy. They do not really believe in that anymore. It frightens them. It could upend the apple cart. And this is really what it's about. And I have to tell you, at the base of all of this issue with Donald Trump, all of this is sound and fury. It comes down to one thing: who decides? And Donald Trump came into D.C. and he said, I'm the duly elected president of the United States. I decide both foreign and domestic policy. And the administrative state and its allies and the Democratic Party and the corporate propaganda said, we don't think so. We're the ones in charge. We decide. This is what it's all about. Who decides?
The power of this image, and this image is going to be used everywhere. You're going to see it on every station probably from now until next November.
Right.
What effects will this image specifically have on the emotion of the American people? Because sometimes it hadn't sunk into people that he had been indicted. Now it sinks in. And what does that do for people on both sides after they see that?
Well, I would hope that those watching realize, again, we are headed down a very, very dangerous path when you're indicting and arresting political opponents. My concern is, first of all, I think this is going to galvanize the base. Jesse, I don't want to say I don't think the primary is over. I never want to say that, but I think it's going to galvanize them. I do think Trump will be the nominee, and I think this moves the ball down the court for him. My concern, if I'm being completely honest, is that the low information Chardonnay sippers in the suburbs next fall.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.
All right. Shots at nigga Showboat coming through the door. I see you, big home. That's love. That's love. Yes, Lord. Shout out to that nigga ACOG, always on top of shit. This is what we got. This is what we got. We have the official indictment papers. I see you, Showboat. Showboat shit, all love. You know what it is, my nigga. These are the official indictment papers. The state of Georgia versus Donald John Trump. Oh, they got a lot of motherfuckers on here. They got a lot of motherfuckers on this shit. Donald Trump got solicitation of violation of oath by public officer. Giuliani got false statements and writings. Dog, I don't, what the fuck? I don't, maybe I'm just politically retarded. I don't know what the fuck. Let's go to the next one. Maybe they got some more. I don't see no names on that one. No, am I reading this shit wrong or what? Like, so, okay, so everybody got these charges. Violation of the Georgia RICO. What the fuck? They hit him with the RICO? They hit him with the RICO? And I'm looking, I appreciate that. I see you on the paper. Hold on. Let me get a grasp of what the fuck is going on. Yeah, we got to see what's going on here. Hold on. Let me ask this question. I got to ask this question first. We're going to be for real. This Sunday, y'all know what we do on Sunday. Sunday, we talk about some real shit. I'm going to ask this question and we're going to be real about it. As a black, I'm going to just say this. I'm just going to say this and we're going to keep it real. As a black family, man, woman, child, as a black family, what side should we be on? Should we be on Trump's side, or as a black family, should we be Republicans in 2000? Fuck all the dumb shit. 2023, should we be Republican or Democrat? I see y'all. I'm coming to the Cash App and the PayPal. Hold on one second. That's my question. Moderators, post the Cash App and the PayPal also.
Have you seen Donald Trump's mugshot yet?
These kids, can you imagine look what your husband got me into? I could have been relaxing at Mar-a-Lago or in the south of France, which I would prefer being in this country, frankly. But they got involved with FISA, the fraudulent FISA application. It is now.
We are continuing to keep a close eye on the 2020 Fulton County election interference investigation. And tomorrow, there will be a federal court hearing in Atlanta for former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. He is one of the 19 co-defendants in the case, pushing to move his case to federal court. That hearing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here in Atlanta. And former President Donald Trump also pushing for his case to be moved to federal court, which experts say would be likely because of the differences in the pardoning process.
Because it's a state case, no president of the United States can issue a pardon for any conviction. So for the federal cases, either Trump or a Republican president favorable to Trump could potentially pardon him for any convictions there. Can't do that in Georgia. That means this case is particularly threatening to the president.
In Georgia, a pardon would have to go through a commission and only after a sentence is served. In the meantime, expect a lot of legal wrangling in this next week. We expect to see a lot of court filings, and we're keeping our eye on all of it for you. We will keep you informed every step of the process, catch up on the case, and see all of the latest updates right now.
Breaking news tonight. You're looking at a mugshot of the former president of the United States of America. The photo taken tonight at the Fulton County Jail. Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Cool.
And I'm Shannon Royster. It is the first mugshot of a former president ever taken. You can see it now over my shoulder. Former President Trump and 18 co-defendants are criminally charged for their alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. A number of them surrendering. Today, Trump, his former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and Harrison Floyd, a leader of the organization Black Voices for Trump, were all booked into the Fulton County Jail.
This indictment is a travesty. It's an attack on not just me, not just President Trump, not just people in this indictment, some of whom I don't even know. This is an attack on the American people. If they can do this to me, they can do this to you.
It has been a wild 2 days outside of the Fulton County Jail. And yesterday, Donald Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, turned himself in. We turn now to WJCO 22 News' Olivia Wild. She's been there since yesterday. It has been packed out there as well as passionate at times.
Greg, that's absolutely right. I want to mention for the first time in 2 days, the police presence here outside the Fulton County Jail has finally diminished. I'll step to the side so you can take a look. There is just a single sheriff's car outside the jail here. You are seeing people able to pull up right to the jail, unlike they have the last 2 days. You can see these barricades still do remain, but the ones that stretched all the way down the street have been taken down. Let's get into some video that we took today. All day, there were people on both sides here, those who support the former president and those protesting him. We saw many people dressed up waiting for Trump to turn himself in, and at one point a Trump supporter ran in the road with a giant Trump flag. Now, just after 6 o'clock tonight, U.S. Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene showed up to the Fulton County Jail to show her support for the former president. Here is what she had to say to a flock of reporters.
The reason why I'm here is because this is my home state. I was born and raised in the state of Georgia, and I'm here as a Georgian. I'm also here as a member of Congress. We're going to be standing up against the weaponized government.
Now, before MTG's arrival, we spoke with some of the demonstrators here today.
Donald Trump represents you, me, and everybody. What they do here is use the justice is a weapon. It's a political weapon. It's their only reason. And if we let this happen today, America's gone.
Donald Trump is the next cult leader of this century. And for all those who believe that Trump won, I have Kool-Aid here for them. And I tell America, don't drink the Kool-Aid because they believe in the lie. Enough is enough. Let's call a spade a spade.
Both protesters and supporters of the former president quickly cleared out this area when they realized his car would not be traveling out the jail this way, much like we saw yesterday from former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani. So a sense of kind of an anticlimactic end to the day for supporters and protesters standing on this side of the jail. And right now, a much calmer feel to the Atlanta Fulton County area, something we really
Dog, I don't know, my nigga. I don't know. I really don't know. No, hold on. Sergeant King said he was out there. Yeah, it seemed like it should have been a fucking a riot or something out there. I don't know, though. I don't know. I mean, I feel like politics and all this shit, like seeing that Mexican lady. How deep do you have to go into politics to, you know what I'm saying, to really understand what's going on? Like, somebody give me some on, like, did America, just on some real shit, I'm being for real, did America change, like, from when Trump was president to when Biden was president? Like, did it change? You know what I mean? Like from. All right, hold on, I got it. Like, let me know.
And we have to face the fact that Trump is the most disliked politician in America. We can't win a general election that way.
Welcome back. That was Nikki Haley earlier tonight, and perhaps the most direct attack on the former president during the debate tonight. Tonight's debate was at times surprisingly light on any focus on Trump, something his campaign perhaps had counted on. The former president appeared in a pre-recorded interview, part of a debate counter-programming strategy by his campaign. Joining me now, we have Vaughn Hilliard. He's in Atlanta, where the former president will be surrendering to authorities at the Fulton County Jail tomorrow. And Vaughn, this was a choice. The former president could have done this last week, could have done it Monday or Tuesday before the debate. Not an accident that this is happening at the end of the week after the debate, because I think what happens in Milwaukee, they hope stays in Milwaukee.
Right. This posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, just 5 minutes before this GOP debate started. It was a 45-minute conversation between Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump. And he, right off the top of the interview, was asked why he was not partaking in the Fox debate. And Donald Trump said, why would I do that when I'm up by 50, 60 percentage points? And why would I stand there on a stage for 1 to 2 hours only to be harassed by others, including several who were at 0, 1 or 2% in polls? And he openly suggested that the likes of Asa Hutchinson, Chris Christie, they should drop out of the race completely. He suggested that Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was gonzos in his own words. And he directly talked about the now 4 indictments that he has faced over the course of these last 4 months, calling them BS. Of course, he will be right where I'm standing here outside the Fulton County Jail come tomorrow evening. And for Donald Trump, I'll let you listen to part of the exchange that he had with Carlson, in which Carlson asked him multiple times about threats of violence in the country, a potential civil war, and what he thinks about the possibility of open conflict heading into 2024. Take a listen.
So do you think it's possible that there's open conflict? We seem to be moving towards something.
I don't know, because I don't know what it, I can say this. There's a level of passion that I've never seen. There's a level of hatred that I've never seen, and that's probably a bad combination.
For the amount in which the Republican candidates on that stage in Milwaukee went after one another, Chuck, tonight, Donald Trump's exchanges with Tucker Carlson very much felt like a whole different campaign or a different race, if I may.
It's a striking thing that there was no denouncement of any violence, right? There was no, we just played a clip there, but I'm just curious. He didn't say, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure to tamp down any violence, to tamp down this behavior. Was there any of that?
No, that's right. And I think that we should be clear that we have heard this from the folks on the ground who have suggested that if Donald Trump were to be put into jail or lose the 2024 election, that they would see this going to a dangerous place. A woman just told me earlier this week in Iowa, that she, in her own words, thought civil war was imminent here. I think we're at a very difficult point for this country. And Donald Trump, as you heard, did not explicitly say that civil war is not imminent. And
All the Republican candidates, the former Congressman Will Hurd of Texas is one of the few who's been willing to speak out explicitly and unapologetically against Donald Trump. He joins me now. In addition to being a former member of Congress, he previously served as an officer for the CIA. He's the author of American Reboot, an idealist's guide to getting big things done. Congressman, good to see you again. Thank you for being with us. I've been wanting your take since last week. I was hoping you'd be on that debate stage. You weren't. But I've been wanting your take because in moments tried to pretend it was an important debate about important issues. But there is this one big issue that is sitting on top of the Republican Party's head right now, and that's Donald Trump. And either the party distances itself from Donald Trump or it doesn't. But until it doesn't, these small policy differences between candidates seem meaningless.
Look, there was a lot of talent on that debate stage, but no vision, and a lot of people still afraid of Donald Trump, and that's disappointing. I think the fact that so many of them raised their hand when asked if Donald Trump was convicted, right, that they would still support him. That's pretty outrageous. And guess what? If we're going to be the party of law and order, if the GOP is going to be the party of law and order, then we need to stand up for law and order. And when it comes to things like Donald Trump's own baggage, these issues are self-inflicted wounds.
I'm sorry. It's hard to. I don't. Come on. I There it is. There it is. I'm reading. I'm trying to. So did it or didn't it? Hold on, we got to see this. Hold on.
And I always tell my Republican friends that if we want to talk about what Joe Biden is doing and this issue that is starting to unravel with Hunter Biden, then we actually have to win elections and be considered people that people can take seriously. If we want to address some of his foreign policy disasters, then we actually have to win elections. And if we want to deal with things like the border, we got to do that. And instead, we have candidates that are saying crazy things and trying to mimic behavior that lost. Donald Trump is a loser. Well, and the fact that we're trying to continue some of his activities after the last election he won was in 2016, that's insane.
So you had Nikki Haley, who sort of brought up when the conversation around everybody tried to trip over each other to see how tough they could be on abortion rights. And she said, guys, it's not really a winning thing for us to go down this road of a federal election ban. And then you had Chris Christie, who represented sort of a small group of you, a very small group of you Republican candidates who really wanted to directly challenge Donald Trump's behavior. Here's what Chris Christie said. And he got more boos than cheers for saying it, but let's listen together.
Here's the bottom line. Someone's got to stop normalizing this conduct. Okay? Now whether or not you believe that the criminal charges are right or wrong, the conduct is beneath the office of President of the United States. And you know, this is the great thing about this country. Booing is allowed, but it doesn't change the truth.
You had a similar experience in Iowa. You're a guy who's actually lived the country.
After launching a racist, sexist, and perversely pornographic attack yesterday on Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, Donald Trump has now put some of that lying attack language in a television ad that he intends to run for several days in Atlanta. District Attorney Fani Willis sent an email about the attacks on her to her staff today saying, "It is my understanding that an ad was put in the Atlanta market to run between today and August 13th that will have derogatory and false information about me as the district attorney. You may not comment in any way on the ad or any of the negativity that may be expressed against me, your colleagues, this office in coming days, weeks, or months. You should feel no need to defend me. I am not concerned with the calls, emails, or ads, and you should not concern yourself with them. Your instruction from me is to ignore all the noise and keep doing your job with excellence." Joining us now is Gwen Keys Fleming, former district attorney in neighboring DeKalb County.
Hey, dog. No, this shit. It's too much information. I can't digest it all. Black Boule. Yeah, I can't digest it all. No, I can't do it. I don't know. I honestly I don't know. This shit too, it's too far gone. It's so many different ways to look at it, and everybody got an angle, and I don't even know what the fuck. Yeah, it's too messy. It's too messy. Like it's she working for them, and she Trump got a Mexican coming out for him, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? And just on some honest shit, like I haven't seen no just drastic change in, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. Maybe I'm throwed or whatever. Like I ain't seen no drastic change like that. It seemed like everybody. There it is. That's what's throwing me, this whole sorority sister shit. Sorority sisters is working for the Hillary Clinton and all this shit like this. Man, I don't know what the fuck going on with this shit. Dog, it's so many different fucking angles and shit going on. It's like they got arrested because the 2020 election, they supposedly, fucked with it or whatever like that. They saying they didn't. Wasn't that shit going the whole other way? Wasn't it going the whole other way? Like somebody else fucked with it and they caught them? I feel like this. Like if you want to, you know what I'm saying? This shit has become so convoluted that you can choose either fucking side and choose, yeah, they the one who lying. They lying. Everybody at this point got dirt on it. Everybody is compromised. And I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I ain't never seen motherfuckers fight this hard. Anytime motherfuckers fight this hard, it's money involved. Like, I don't think nobody's hands is clean in this shit. I don't think nobody wants to run with straight integrity. I feel like everybody just wants to get in that bitch so they can, you know what I'm saying, have the major access to the power and money. I feel like the presidential seat in itself, that's money. Just like being Steph Curry, LeBron James, like being friends with the president will always be worth something. So motherfuckers will give you shit. Like that's all I'm seeing. Like I don't see no motherfucker actually trying to really change some shit. Everybody, Hillary Clinton go to the black colleges. Trump pay a whole bunch of niggas to come outside and blacks for Trump. What the fuck? Who in the fuck? Like, and then as soon as the motherfucker get in office, Joe Biden got in office. What in the fuck did he do? Did he do something that I'm missing? All right, so they know Trump is gonna win, so that's why they after him. Dog, do you think that Trump supporters give a fuck about Trump going to jail? If anything, Trump going to jail, that make him look better to his audience. Motherfuckers have dedicated themselves so much to whatever side of the fucking fence or the pole they own that it wouldn't matter what the fuck came out. They've picked their side. They're entrenched in, you know what I'm saying? You won't get a Trump support. There will not be somebody who support Trump that say, oh, him being arrested, I look at him totally different. They're always going to say that they did that to fuck up his chances. And the people that's on the other side, well, look, they arrested him. That gives us more reason not to fuck with him. And the fucked up part is, it's looking like it's Democrats and Republicans who go for the other side. It's Democrats that like Trump and it's Republicans that hate Trump. What in the fuck? Like, am I tripping, or like is this like on some, this is some gang shit right now?
Really believe this is a very sad day for America. This should never happen. If you challenge an election, you should be able to challenge an election. I thought the election was a rigged election, a stolen election, and I should have every right to do that. As you know, you have many people that you've been watching over the years do the same thing, whether it's Hillary Clinton or Stacey Abrams or many others. When you have that great freedom to challenge, you have to be able to, otherwise you're going to have very dishonest elections. What has taken place here is a travesty of justice. We did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. And everybody knows it. I've never had such support. And that goes with the other ones, too. What they're doing is election interference. They're trying to interfere with an election. There's never been anything like it in our country before. This is their way of campaigning. And this is one instance, but you have three other instances. It's election interference. So I want to thank you for being here. We did nothing wrong at all. And we have every right, every single right, to challenge an election that we think is dishonest, that we think is very dishonest. So thank you all very much, and I'll see you very soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what the fuck? What Trump supporter is going to say, yeah, no, I don't believe him? That's, dog, this is the equivalent of a girl that's in love with a nigga. No matter what he says, if he says, oh, no, I didn't cheat on you, I was just trying to see if you really love. If she wants to keep the relationship going and she's in love with him, she gonna believe whatever the fuck he's saying. She'll dismiss whatever her friend is saying. She'll believe when the nigga say, oh, your friend is just jealous because she want to be with me. She'll believe anything because she wants to be in that relationship. What, dog, at this point, nobody is deciding on, you know what I'm saying, who they're voting for. They're just getting more ammunition for their side. And if it doesn't work for them, they'll spit that shit out. Oh, Trump went to jail. Oh, fucking, what's her name is a fucking part of the boule. And on some real shit, my nigga, this shit, I'm trying to watch it. I'm trying. But there is no new information. There is no, because at the end of the day, everybody still votes. The American people still vote. The motherfucker went to jail and it was a nigga out there with a big ass, you know what I'm saying, rebel flag out that bitch running. Oh, fucking let Trump fix America as he's going to jail. It's obvious motherfuckers don't care about no facts of no situation. Motherfuckers is just, I'm a Trump believer, and that dog, this shit has become religion at this point. Fuck what facts you have pointing to the other side. I believe in the Bible, you believe in Islam. That's just it. I was raised on this what it is. Did you just hear the fucking the debate? You would have thought that was a fucking rap concert or a comedy show. Motherfuckers are just laughing, clapping, and booing and having a good time. Motherfuckers ain't going there to hear what side they gonna vote for, to who they leaning towards. Motherfuckers know who they leaning. This shit is dog. You can find so many fucking, you know what I'm saying, equivalents to this shit. This shit is wrestling. You like The Rock, he like The Undertaker. Don't matter what the fuck happened, you're an Undertaker fan. Doesn't matter what the people say about The Rock, you are an Undertaker fan. I'm not seeing no swaying going on. Both sides are throwing dirt on each other. How in the fuck could you trust anybody? At this point, if a motherfucker came in fully clean, you wouldn't trust him because he's too clean. Am I tripping? Dog.
Of course I hate these people. And let's all hate these people, because maybe hate is what we need if we're going to get something done.
Found a female. She was still alive.
Shout out Theo in this motherfucker. I see you, Theo.
I am strongly in favor of the death penalty. I'm saying if they're found guilty, if the woman died, which she hopefully will not be dying, but if the woman died, I think they should be executed.
Dog, motherfuckers is not gonna forgive him for that. Motherfuckers is like, they're gonna use that against Trump. Motherfuckers who fuck with Trump gonna say, well, everybody thought they were guilty. It wasn't just him. He's just a human. Where in the fuck does policy come in? Why ain't nobody talking about a policy like, hey man, this nigga right here trying to give motherfucking, this nigga finna give 100,000 to the motherfucking black community. This nigga, he said he finna motherfucking make the child support illegal. Don't fall for talking points. I ain't said shit about talking points. I ain't said nothing about no talking points. That's the point. Nobody cares. People like who they like. Like, and just on some real shit, I'm just saying, am I wrong in saying that? People like who they like, and that's just what that is. That's who they're voting for. The motherfuckers who don't like Trump are not listening to no fucking talking points. They don't give a fuck. Whatever if he says something that's good for them, they're gonna say, oh, it's a trick. Don't believe him. At this point, trying to go after people who don't Trump, trying to go after people who don't like him, as far as like, let's do something for the people who don't like you, it would be for nothing. they would vote themselves out of a blessing in spite of Trump. The best thing to do at this point is to just go full, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them folks. We over here. I'm not doing that, my nigga. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing the whole racist thing. I'm not doing that. We already know that America is racist, and if we think that a president, a white president, is going to get the same treatment as a street nigga, we already lost. We already lost. Yeah, I'm just so like that's all I'm saying, my nigga. I don't, I thought that, we could, speak on some shit, but I don't really. Politics just ain't that thing. It's not. It's just like it's a conversation to start an argument. It is this. I can understand clearly why they would say politics and religion is something that you don't want to talk about over a table and shit like that, because it's just gonna start an argument. That's all it could really do, is start an argument, because it doesn't matter what I say. You're not listening to hear, you're listening to respond and throw some dirt on my side. And we just wait till it get dirty enough to where we just say, fuck it, let's fight. I'm not hearing nothing. I'm not hearing nothing here. Motherfuckers is not going to this motherfucking jail to finally be able to talk to Giuliani or talk to Trump. They're going out here to beef with the other side. This is gang banging. If I'm tripping, let me know. I see you. Hold on.
That reminded me of one of my great forecasts, that sooner or later, when they do away with the paper promissory note that we all know as currency or cash, and replace that with digital cash, one day somebody's gonna come in and hit a switch and say all the money's gone, it's unaccounted for. And due to currency being digital, there's no way to determine who had what. Of course, I believe that will be one of the keys, or one of those seals being broken for the beginning of Armageddon. And as you know, they are determined to take us from paper currency to digital currency. You're seeing the highway robbery that's going on right now.
And that's that cashless shit. And I think that was the heaviest shit with it, though. But hold on. Shout out to that nigga Thomas Stevens coming through. No words, straight love. I see you, big home. Shout out to that nigga Cameron. Look, my nigga, look here. Listen. I don't give a fuck about what side a motherfucker is on. I don't. So like this, and this is my. So Cameron, tell me this. So, all right. So what I know about Democrats and Republicans. So what makes me a Democrat? So I'm a Democrat because I'm a black dude. Somebody explain this setup to me. Somebody let me know what's going on here. Me saying that there are two sides, like, and nobody's going to either side. And also, how is that like a diss? this is why I said, I wanted to, go into it and let's, break shit down and all this right here. But what in the fuck is going on? What's going on? What? Let me see. But on some real shit though, that's why I don't even want to like talk about that shit. Like, cause I don't. What the fuck? What is? All right. So let's do that then. Let's do that. So if you're in a certain tax bracket, that means that you are a Democrat. Dog, but no, this is real shit though. This is what we should be talking about. What makes motherfuckers what makes you a Democrat and what there it is. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Motherfucker keep. Politics is nothing but a unathletic sporting event. I like that. That make full sense. When that man was up there talking, you can clearly hear motherfuckers in the crowd just, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, one nation under God. Nigga, did I forget the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's do that again. Hold on. I don't know if that's how I remember it.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I guess you were right. See, this is what I'm saying. We got to go all into these words. And if we got to do all that, to get down to, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm also speaking from just I feel like an outside perspective, but I don't know, my nigga. And that's why I'm asking, like, just on some real shit, like from when it went from Trump to Joe Biden, and I don't even feel like that's really fair because we had the COVID shit and all of this, you know what I'm saying? But just other than that, did we have any real changes? You know what I'm saying? To life? Did anything really change? Like to the law-abiding citizen with all the taxes, or did a motherfucker actually see a big change? I know that shit real. As a white slave, I know that shit real. Did it change? Did you see a change from Trump to Biden? Okay. Okay, here we go. Tell me, what was the change if you owned a business? If you owned a business, what was the change? Break it down. Shout that nigga Theo Pacino coming through. He said, blessings, blessings. I see you, big home. I appreciate that love. I'm looking at this, and I see this a lot about the black people brought into the Democratic fold. I'm asking directly, as of 2023 going into 24, like what does that give us? What does that give us right now? Are the parties still the same from that time? Man, is it really this hard trying to get like information on the, like, for real? All right, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Trump gave the checks. There we go. That's something tangible. We can stand on that. Trump gave out checks. All right, now we got some. Now, let's see the other side. All right, you got to be more. You're going to have to be more. Got to be more direct on that. Oh, we got another one for Trump right here. We finna take a tally. All right. Trump gave us low gas and lower business taxes, extra write-off. Oh, it's looking good for Trump right now. Uh-oh. He got 2 in the box. If you play spades, he got 2 in the possible. 2 in the possible. All right, we're going to take this one to the vote. I don't know what this means. Trump made it where you could turn street business into a legal business. Uh-oh. Somebody got to tell me what this means. What does that mean? Trump made it where you could turn a street business into a legal business. Somebody break that down. All right, we got one for the Biden side. If you with the black boule, you're not gonna say anything. Hold on, no. That's not for Biden. If you with the black boule, you're not gonna say anything bad about Biden. Fight back, Biden. Fight back. Trump didn't lower gas prices. We was on lockdown. So, of course, gas prices were down. Somebody false claiming on Trump. We got another one. We got a three-peat on Trump. Trump let a lot of people out of prison. That is a tangible. We have to put that on the board. That is 3 for Trump, 3 for Trump on the lead. That is 3 for Trump on the board. Three for Trump on the board. We do not have an answer for Biden at this point. We do not have an answer for Biden at this time. Biden is now fighting back. Word on the street is, I guess everybody forgot how many innocent black men was killed while Trump was president. And Trump pardoned a lot of white supremacists. Oh, no. That is 1. Biden is on the board. Biden has now got on the board with the racist bullshit. Well, hold on. Now, we can't give Biden a point because Trump did something wrong. In order to get a point, you have to do something tangible. So I guess we will just have to. Well, actually, we can't take it away because he did do 3 things. So that's just a sidebar. Rules say we cannot give Biden a point. We cannot give Biden a point for something wrong that Trump did. Biden has to fight his own battle. So that goes to the gulag. Okay, this looks like a reach. This looks like a reach, but let's put it on the board and see what we have. Looks like a reach from just reading it, but let's see. Trump was going to work with Ice Cube. That is going to be denied. That is going to be denied. Standing on side of niggas will no longer get you tangible points. We not going for that bullshit. Standing on side of nigga will not get you a point. So that will be denied. Better luck next time. Hey, man, come on with the bullshit, man. Look like we might be back on the board with Trump. Trump, a cool nigga. He freed Kodak and Weezy. That kind of goes into the other one when he said he freed a lot of people, so we cannot give the point, but that will go in the side pack. That will go in the side pack to cover up that dirt about the white supremacists being freed. I don't know whose side this might go on, but let's read it. Let's read it. I was working in the oil field as a pipeline operator, also doing hydro testing when Trump was in office, and the work was nonstop. When Biden got in office, everything fell apart. Oh, not only does Biden not have any points, he's now in the negative, having niggas with no jobs out here, leading to crime. See what Big Homie just said. I was working in the oil field as a pipeline operator during Trump, and the work was non-stop, check over check. Biden got in office and everything fell apart. That may mean more drug tests came in and niggas were getting hit for marijuana piss, but still, it fell apart. We're going to take a point off of Biden. He is now in the negative. Good look, Big Home. Good look with that information. I don't know whose side this nigga on. Let's see what's going on here. Trump wanted the wall, and now it's an influx of immigrants, and blue states are complaining. I don't know what that means. And I don't like your name. C to 6, that's some devil shit. We're going to put you down. Let's get you out of there. Oh, shit. We got another one. Heavy. Look at this one. The fuck? Trump made federal prisons use black companies for furniture. There it is. Putting more money in niggas' pockets. We have to give that a point. There it is. Trump back on the board. That is a strong 4. Strong 4 on the board for Trump. 4 on the board for Trump. 4 to -1 on Biden's side. There we go. 4 for Trump, -1 for Biden. Trump made it to where the prisons who house niggas now have to give niggas them contracts. Hold on, nigga. Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Furniture for what? Are you saying prison furniture? Hold on, nigga. You trying to sneak one in, nigga? What furniture? Ain't no furniture in prison. What's going on here? Hold on, let's see. All right. Biden made it so if you didn't get the job, you would lose your job. Biden made it so if you didn't get the job, you would lose your job. Somebody break that down. Somebody break that down. Ooh. This is big. This is big. Biden, you're going to have to fight back. You're going to have to fight back, Biden. Trump was against the mandatory shots. He said he didn't want the cure to be worse than the disease. Gotta give the point right there. Have to give a point right there. No way. No way. Have to have the 5 on that one. Have to have the 5. Have to give the 5. Biden, you're going to have to fight back, big home. You're going to have to fight back. I was not with that motherfucking shit. I didn't like that mandatory. I wasn't going to do that shit no way, but that shit was stole. Uh-oh, look like another negative review. Look like another negative review on Biden. I almost lost my job because of Biden. It's vague. It's vague. We might have to take a vote to see if it stands, but that looked pretty convincing. I almost lost my job because of Biden. Woo, that's a heavy one. Okay. Now, once again, I don't know whose side this person is on. Biden fuck with the Clintons. With the Clintons. Game, set, match. Now, are you saying game, set, match for Biden or against Biden? Because only one half of the Clintons are fucked up. I thought we fucked with. Do we fuck with Bill? Do we still fuck with Bill? I thought we fuck with Bill. I thought we just didn't fuck with Hillary. Ooh. King J ain't happy. King J is not happy with the Biden slander. Not happy with the Biden slander. King J come in heavy and say, I guess y'all forgot when that police in South Carolina shot that unarmed black dude in the ear just because the black dude just because the black dude ran. Trump pardoned the cop. I feel you, and that is emotional, but Trump also pardoned niggas. He also pardoned niggas, so that kind of cancels everything out. Try again next time, King J. You know, it kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if Bill actually participated in the eating people. I think that might have just been Hillary with that shit. No, Bill. No. No, Bill. Not big homie Bill. Now hold on. I thought Biden wrote the crime bill. Didn't Biden write the crime bill? Exactly. Exactly. Oh shit, here we go. Oh shit, there it is. This is a big one. This is a very big one. I have family members in this situation. Biden promised to forgive student loans, but reneged. I'm not sure if I like "nig" being in this word. I don't know if I like that. But Biden promised to forgive student loans, but reneged. That is extremely big because that goes on to whether you can actually trust him as a president. Not only are you not doing shit that we can, you know what I'm saying, put down, but you're not doing shit that you said you would do. That's heavy. That's heavy. Woo. Oh shit, there it is. He only forgave 10,000. That's bullshit, Biden. You bullshitted on that one. Where do we stand on this one? Where do we stand on this one? Trump incited the riot January 6th. Did he though? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say incited. That's heavy. Woo! Now this is gonna be this one gonna be on the fence a little bit because planning to and actually doing, that's two different things, but we'll put it on the board just to say it. Trump planned to prosecute Antifa, anti-fascists, and the Ku Klux Klan as a terrorist group. There it is. Chop might have just came in and killed the whole thing. Chop might have just came through and killed everything. Chop might have just killed everything with this one. On Biden's defense, this is a haymaker. If y'all don't vote Biden, y'all ain't black. Woo! Now, if you don't know what that means, if you don't vote for Biden, you actually lose the melanin in your skin. You will then be a pale face. European. He might have killed himself with this. Biden also said he was going to decriminalize weed, but instead gave money for crack pipes. What the fuck? I was there for that one. I was there for that one. Shout out Jason Williams. Shout out Jason Williams in the chat. White chocolate. Woo! This is a real fight right here. This is a real actual fight, man. Look at this shit. Oh shit. Hold on. We gotta give this one. Hold on. Biden giving money to Ukraine while America remains the same. I don't know though. I don't know. That might have been a political move to put them in our pocket. Hunter left that girl in the White House. Hold on. What happened? I know Hunter was smoking crack, but what? I don't remember that. Did this actually happen? He called us roaches. I feel I can't really count that because I feel like Trump said some racist shit too. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh yeah, your son and that bitch doing heavy drugs in the White House. Okay, we made it. All right, this was a heavy conversation. Heavy conversation. I feel like we really needed to speak about it, and I feel like if we count up the tangible things, I feel like Trump won on that end. Yeah, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah, so we got some good shit out. But like I said, on Sundays, I want us to be able to talk about political shit and just get, like, if we can come in and get a better understanding and share information, I feel like we'll all be better for it. I appreciate everybody who came through on the PayPal and the Cash App, showing that love, supporting. We will have a heavy show coming up this week, so make sure you in here rocking out with us. Is there any more last minute tangibles that anyone has on either side? Very good point, Crystal. Woo! Shout out to that nigga Baltimore Banks. That's a little big home. I appreciate that. Joe Biden lied about his family receiving over $1 million in payments from China through an associate. I don't know. That might cancel itself out because I think like Trump had some Russian shit going on. Like I think he was getting money through them too. Dog, it's a lot of bad shit about Biden going on. All right, so look, before we go, look, who is Trump supposed to be running against? So it's like Trump and who's running against Trump in the 2024 election? Damn, it's a lot of bad shit going on. Biden left the troops in Afghanistan. Damn. There it is. So Trump is going to be going up against Michelle Obama. So They're putting him in a toehold. There is no way for him to win. If you vote against Michelle Obama, not only are you racist, but you are sexist. Yeah, and as far as that cashless society shit, I don't really understand that. And there it is. That's a good way to end it right there. I appreciate everybody coming through, showing love. I will see y'all in a minute.
That reminded me of one of my great forecasts that sooner or later, when they do away with the paper promissory note that we all know as currency or cash and replace that with digital cash, one day somebody's going to come in and he'll switch and say, all the money's gone. It's unaccounted for. And due to currency being digital, there's no way to determine who had what. Of course, I believe that will be one of the keys or one of those seals being broken for the beginning of Armageddon. And as you know, they are determined to take us from